First things first, you see that I'm out and about, the sun being on my face, which means that rehab is working, everything is going well for me. Thanks to the support of my family, I'm almost back to normal, and hopefully I still have some physical and occupational therapy I have to go through, but hopefully in the next month or so, hopefully I'll be back onto my job and get my life back together. And of course, I need to thank my family for their support, pretty much putting their lives on the hold, or to make sure that I'm better. There's nothing I can say or do to repay them for that. I'm going to try, of course, because that's the kind of person I am. But we'll see. Now let's get to the meat of what I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about something that shouldn't be a partisan issue. Something that shouldn't be left versus right. Something that shouldn't have to boil down to Democrats versus Republicans. Of all the things that make me angry about the Trump administration, what he's doing, the one thing that's cropped up over the last few weeks is a Jeffrey Epstein list, the files that Donald Trump ran his mouth off during the campaign, screaming that if he's elected, he will reveal those files to the public. He hasn't. In fact, he's doing everything that he can to block them. I'm saying that it's a matter of national security. I'm saying that I'm trying to protect the people. I'm trying to help people, my friends, which is a bunch of crap, to actually accusing Barack Obama of actually the whole Russia scandal was faked by Obama. But I'm not making this a partisan issue. The issue of child molestation, of rape, it doesn't matter if you're right versus left. It shouldn't matter that you're Republican or Democrat. It should not matter if you're a liberal or conservative. And that's where I'm coming up with this. The Epstein list, everyone is thinking Trump is on it. We probably know that he's on it. This is my personal opinion. I couldn't care less if Donald Trump is on that list. I couldn't care diddly squat. If you're on that list, and more importantly, listen to me well, if you are proven to have done anything nefarious, you go to jail. Plain and simple. You rape a child or a young woman that Epstein had on the island, you go to prison. If your name is Barack Obama, you're on the list. Proven to do something to children, you go to jail. You're Joe Biden, and it's proven that you did something nefarious, you go to jail. You Bill Clinton, it's proven you did something nefarious, you go to jail. If you're a congressman on the left or the right, went to Epstein's Island, did something nefarious to children or young women, and if it's proven that you did, you go to jail. That's what any sane person would say. If you're Donald Trump, did something nefarious to children, and it's been proven, spends whatever life he has left in prison. See, I'm nonpartisan on this issue. I don't care if you have an R beside your name, if you have a D beside your name, if you have an L beside your name, if you have an I beside your name. Don't matter to me, diddly squat. You're on that list, proven to commit rape of children or young women, you go to prison. Why isn't the MAGA saying the same thing? Why are they not saying it? So-called party who wants to protect children, they're not saying it. In fact, they've been really, really close-lipped about it. In fact, some have actually tried to start fights with me about it. Some have actually cussed me out because of it, because I mentioned the list, but I also tell them everything I just told you. I don't care who's on the list. If you're proven to have done something nefarious with children, you go to jail. See, my stepmom, and I love her to death. Please, if you're watching this, please don't take this the wrong way. She likes to joke on Mr. Law and Order. You're damn right about this particular issue. Children getting raped. That's me. You have no leeway with me. You don't get a free pass because you happen to be a Democrat or a Republican. You don't get a free pass from me just because I might have voted for you or campaigned for you. But why isn't, again, I'm going to ask this question, why am I not hearing this from the MAGA? Especially if Trump is proven guilty, proving that he did something with kids. Why didn't he? Why aren't they saying it? Are they so ingratiated with Trump that they just ignore what might have happened? See, that's the thing with a lot of Republicans. You want to go crazy about the LGBTQ, but you don't want to say anything when it's one of the people you say you protect. You don't want to say when it happens to be someone accused that you like. You don't want to say lock them up when it's a Christian pastor or a Catholic priest, or when it's a Republican, or when it's Donald Trump. See, what really bothers me about this whole situation, it isn't bothering me because the fact that it happened, because that does bother me. The fact that kids may have been sexually molested, that bothers me. But it bothers me even more when people break their necks to cover it up, and the people and the MAGA see the guilt right in front of Trump on a daily basis. I mean, honestly, I don't have to prove he's guilty. Donald Trump is doing that all by himself. Every time he's asked a question about Epstein in a press conference, He screams, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And then find out later on that's not true. What he said wasn't true. This past week, he appoints Lawrence Taylor, former football Hall of Famer, a man convicted of sexual assault of a minor, onto the presidential council on physical fitness. He's showing us that he's piling around with sexual offenders, and he's trying to convince the country he's not a sexual offender. It's not working, Trump. You're not helping yourself, and you're making things worse for you. And to make things worse, you got the Department of Justice and Pam Bunny lying over and over again, saying, we have the files, we have this. No, we don't have the files, we don't have this. And Trump coming out and saying, coming out and telling the DOJ to redact his name. Those are the signs of a very, very, very guilty man. And lastly, before I leave, I ask this question. When I'm on TikTok, I go to a few lives. Some are MAGA controlled. I ask this one simple question. If Trump is on the list and is proven to do something nefarious with children, will you call for his resignation, his prosecution, and imprisonment? I asked that question I don't know how many times, and you know how many people have said yes to that question? How many God-fearing Republicans? How many God-fearing MAGA? How many God-fearing love my children, love my family, love this country? People I've heard the answer yes to? One. I've asked that question since this whole story broke out. I've heard only one MAGA say yes. One MAGA. I don't know how many people out there. One. The rest tried to pit it away, saying that we need to focus on Obama and the stuff that he did with Russia. I hope to God that those people don't have kids. One person out of hundreds. I'm starting to think if I expanded that, one out of thousands, one out of 10,000s, one out of millions. You say you want to protect the children. Think of the children. Won't somebody please think of the children? You should add a few words at the end of that. Think of the children, unless Donald Trump molests them. Sad. Really, really sad. But that's where we are in this country. You make excuses for a person who may have raped children. Ignore the victims and pretend that you give a damn. God forgive you all. God forgive you all. CTP, no truth, God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.